Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Don the Expert of Calls for VideoGamesUncovered.com, and welcome as I return to a game that darn right almost killed me on my own personal channel, The Binding of Isaac: Wrath of the Lamb. Yes, if you want to know a personal story I have of this game, it's that when I first played it, I played it non-stop as a Let's Play on my own personal YouTube channel. I'll be sure to put a link somewhere in this video, in case you do want to watch that entire playthrough on my personal channel. But I thought to myself, after doing a live stream of Binding of Isaac for Halloween, which was our Halloween-themed event, I thought to myself, I would like to return to the world of Binding of Isaac and see if I cannot defeat Mum one more time. So, with you guys by my side, probably raging at me and having a laugh while we're at it, let's get into the zone of Binding of Isaac. Now, obviously I've completed it once and I've unlocked quite a few characters, and so I think I'm going to start off with Cain and the Lucky Foot. Let's go. So if you have never seen the game played before, and if you have never ever thought that you would ever see it being played, maybe this is just the thing you need to inform you. See how well this goes on my first run of Binding of Isaac and what seems to be the longest time. Let's get ourselves a really good item to start ourselves off with, because this is the trick with Cain. Cain's Lucky Foot allows him to get some really good items really early on, which is a definite boost. The only bad point about Cain is that early on his rate of firing tears is really bad. And the reason behind that is because, well, he has an eye patch and he only has one eye. And the Lucky Foot does not affect enemy encounters, it only affects items that you can potentially get. So don't think that you'll be given the easiest enemies in the world just because you have Cain. Ooh, Telepills. Ooek. It's Bomber Face, there you go. So it has generally been a while since I played Binding of Isaac. I really love the game. It's one of my favourite games, in all honesty. There's just something about it that made me want to come back, just to see if I can beat Mum again. I have no idea how long this series is going to be. I have not planned out exactly what I want to do, because you can't really plan out Binding of Isaac, you've just got to wing it. There's no point going in the item room there, because we barely have enough money to even pay for anything. Even though we do have plenty of keys. So maybe this might be the good luck run that I needed. Now, let's step through the skull door and face our first boss. Pin, which isn't actually the worst boss in the world to start off with. Pin's relatively simple. He just simply burrows in the ground, comes up, spits when he comes out of the ground. Standard stuff. Not that hard at the moment, this is when it gets a little bit tougher. When he throws out poison poots, as I like to call them. Poot poisons. Doesn't help that my damage isn't exactly the best in the world. My rate of speed isn't the best in the world. Ow. And being a bit of an idiot, being hit in really bad spots. Now I will warn you, this game is not for everyone. Simply because it's actually quite gory and quite disgusting. But it's so gory and so disgusting that it is in fact fantastic. And we defeated Pin, and after defeating a boss you're normally given an item. We get dinner! So we just have increased HP as we go deeper into the basement. To the basement 2. Ah, bless. An interesting question was brought up to me the other day in the Binding of Isaac livestream was, are these intended to be your dead brothers and sisters? I didn't know how to take that question at first, but then I thought to myself and realised There isn't a real answer to that question, is there? You don't really know if they are your brothers and sisters or not. So that's actually quite a good question. Because think about it, these can be mutated versions of your brothers and sisters from the past. Or heck, it could just be the beasts of hell itself trying to rise up and fight you. As you're trying to find Mum and destroy her once and for all. Some of these guys get really creepy really late. The thing to keep in mind is that if you need to make room in order to defeat guys, use it. Do not think that you cannot make room. If you have the room, use it. Oh bloody hell, I'm gonna have to use 2 bombs just to get to that chest, so that's not worth it. And we have Wrath! And I love Wrath. Why? Because he is basically based off of Bomberman. And if that's one thing I loved about seeing Wrath for the first time, and seeing that Wrath was based off of Bomberman, I couldn't help but just think that's actually really good. Because all he does is throws bombs and tries to kill you, and your task is simple, just simply take him down. Now this isn't the boss of the level, this is actually a random boss where we can potentially meet up with. But when we defeat Wrath... no. You see, Wrath will drop bombs for you regardless, but there is a chance for when you defeat Wrath, he'll give you one of the Mega Bomb items, which will then give you Mega Bombs, which do more damage and have a slightly bigger blast radius to them. Now here's a little thing for you. You see this rock to the left of me? You see how it's slightly darker than the other rocks? Let's blow it up. You see? These rocks have a chance of having items within them. Or in this case, a chest with a tarot card, the Hanged Man. Now if I remember, the Hanged Man will actually decapitate us. And you may be thinking, decapitation can't be a good thing in the Binding of Isaac. Well, it actually can. So I'll probably show off what the Hanged Man does when we go against the boss. Now bearing in mind, I have not played the Binding of Isaac in what seems to be the longest time. So I may be really crap, and some of my information may be completely wrong in comparison to what others may say. And we get a bucket of lard, which increases our HP. Very nice. With Chubby Happy Cane. Gotta love it. Right, let's ready ourselves for the second boss. Widow, which is actually one of my more favoured bosses. Let's use the Hanged Man. Yep, the Hanged Man just turns us into a head. Which actually helps us move around the place faster. Very slightly. It's definitely more handy when you have obstacles that you can't get past when you're when you has a normal body. Because normally you won't be able to go over pits, you won't be able to go over rocks. This bypasses that and allows you to do just that. So it's really good. Really, really good. Right, I've got to get rid of these spider egg sacks! Stop jumping around, you widow! Not a big fan of spiders, not gonna lie. No, don't get me wrong, I'm more of a praying mantis guy, in all honest. Come on. I've almost got you. I've almost got you. Well, okay, that's Widow. And now the Widow's down, we have to get rid of these spider sacks. Spider sacks. Spider sacks. Does whatever a spider sack does. Let's get rid of that. One more sack to go. Right, we've just got this last spider, which will be easy as hell. And there you go. Another boss down. And we get breakfast to go with our dinner. More HP. Very nice. Always good to get HP early on. So we already have plenty of hearts, but hopefully we can get more damage dealing items in the future. Okay, now we hit the catacombs. We encounter these bloated flies. Now some flies may be completely different coloured. These means these are slightly harder enemies, or they'll do something completely different when you've defeated them. So just be very careful when dealing with these, as you would do with any other enemy in Binding of Isaac. One thing I hope to talk about later on in the series as well is the Binding of Isaac sequel, which is actually coming. It's also coming to the PlayStation 4 upon that being launched, so that's going to be cool. Talk ideas as to what they'll change with the Binding of Isaac 2, or whether it's going to be a blatant remake of the original just for console use. Now this right here is a healing station. You give it hearts, it gives you money. Now we already have 3 hearts. We do not want to waste them. And these flies, my friends, I like to call the ballsack flies. Because they look like they have ball sacks. And that's great, I can't actually get that vital heart that I would love at this moment in time. The game tricks you sometimes. It gives you the middle finger and expects you to carry on, but just gotta live with it. Right. These guys can be really annoying, because whenever they do their poison poots, basically acts like a bomb. So just be careful about them. Now, bomb for a key? I'll bomb for a key. You never know when you might need an extra key. Balances out my keys and bombs anyway. Oh, what do you know? That's actually pretty good. Let's bomb this. Get this key. Or use the key. More bombs and more money. Very nice. Now we could use a key on the shop, but because we found the boss room, we haven't found our item room yet. So let's go on a journey to find the item room first, before dealing with the boss. Getting plenty more bombs as well, so that's good. All these fat spiders. There's a lot. You'll be encountering a lot of spiders early on. Let's put it that way. So if you do suffer from arachnophobia, this may not be the best game to play. But arachnophobia isn't necessarily the only thing that may creep you out here. When we get down into the deeper parts of the game, you'll see some really freaky stuff. And when I say really freaky, I mean really, really freaky. Okay, let's deal with this spider. It gets a little awkward at first to target and control your shots, but after a while, you get used to it. Ooh, a PhD. I believe this is the first time I've ever seen this item. We get better pills! Okay. And we get our own little doctor mask. It's actually quite cute, I like that. Ooh. If only we had another key, we could... Oh wow, that's fantastic. Give us a heart. Thank you. Thank you, Flaming Fire! If we had another key, we would be able to open that, but sadly we do not. So we will have to carry across.